Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the Markets Breakdown Analysis for Thursday, the 12th of October 2023. We'll be breaking down chart and should the exact zones where price will close for potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the daily candle for Wednesday, so the daily has been bullish, respecting the daily support formed on Tuesday and breaking above this recent consolidation zone formed on the left. Obviously when looking on the weekly is bullish and also the monthly is bullish, rejecting the downside. So obviously the next level of interest we have here is this monthly resistance formed on the left around 184.380. And now to break down the chart and going back to the daily, obviously the daily is closing bullish and we have this daily support on the Tuesday. So now the anticipation is for price to continue bullish. And now to break down the chart and looking at the 4-hour time frame, what we can see here is we have the most recent 4-hour support formed around 182.620. The most recent 4-hour resistance, let's have a look on the left. What we can see is we have this 4-hour resistance formed around 183.730, going back to the recent price action and dropping down to the hourly time frame. Now on the hourly, what we can see is we have a new level of support on the hourly time frame around 183.260. We have the same level of resistance as the 4-hour time frame. Dropping down to the 5-minute time frame as well, we have the same level of support and resistance. When looking on the 50-minute time frame as well, we have the same level of support and resistance as well. So now to identify the no trade zone, and I'd say for potential buys, what we could do is we could wait for price to break and close above 183.730, above this 1-hour resistance. And for potential sells, we could look for sales as price break and close below 183.260. And this is going to be the no trade zone. And now to look for potential buys. I'm going back to the daily, obviously, since the daily will be closing bullish above this consolidation zone we have on the left. The first point we can see, which is obviously the high time frame, we have this monthly resistance that was formed around 184.340, dropping down to the weekly and the daily. The daily, we have this daily resistance formed around 184.030. Let's just put a line to where this level is, just in case. Zooming in and dropping down to the 4-hour time frame. Looking on the left, and what do we see? We have a 4-hour resistance here. We have another 4-hour resistance above here. So looking at the hourly, let's see what we can find in here. Obviously the hourly gets really messy. In that case, what we're going to do is we're going to stick to the high time frame, and I'd say the first target for buys could potentially be the daily resistance formed on the 14th of September 2023. The second target for buys, now we have the monthly. Going back to the monthly, the first thing we could see here is this monthly resistance formed around 184.340. We're dropping down to the weekly time frame. The daily, we have a daily rejection. Well, not really a rejection, not necessarily a rejection, but this is a retracement, because following this retracement, we have this strong daily candle closing bearish. So I would say, let's have a look on 4-hour actually, just to see. So looking on the 4-hour time frame as well, we have this range. I'd probably stick to the high time frame in here. And what I would say is the second target for buys could potentially be this monthly resistance formed around 184.340. And now to look for potential sells and going back to the daily. So the first thing we can see on the daily here, obviously the daily is closing strong bullish. And usually what we know is before the daily candle obviously break above this high to continue bullish, it's always best to see a retracement to allow the new daily candle to retrace and respect this low before the continuation to the upside. So the first thing we can see, obviously, we have a line to where the daily candle started for Wednesday, dropping down to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, what do we see? We have this previous 4-hour resistance formed around 182.940, dropping down to the hourly time frame. We have an hourly range in here. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, clean traffic on the left. But the only issue we have with this clean traffic on the left is the size of these hourly candles, the 5-minute candles. I mean, when you compare these candles, roughly these 5-minute candle, that's really, that's measuring roughly around 7 pips. And this is really small moves. So let's have a look on the 15-minute time frame. So what we can see here is we have a 15-minute support formed around 182.810. I'd say the first target for sells could potentially be 182.940, targeting this previous 4-hour resistance. And the second target for sells, we do have an hourly support in here, but obviously the strong time frame we have here is the 4-hour support formed on here. So I'd say the second target for sells could potentially be 182.600, targeting the 4-hour support formed here.
opinion markets, your trading sanctuary.